men's 200 freestyle S2 final. Conrad Hildebrand from Sweden leads them out. He goes in that outside lane, the Swedish swimmer. There's Lopez Cervantes from Mexico. The Mexican representative in this one. Peru having a good night. Oh, but finalists tonight, Rodrigo Santillan goes for the Peruvian team in lane number 7. There's Bruno, the Becker, Silva going in lane number 6 for Brazil. The Brazilian just in 4th position in terms of qualification. Alberto Abarza, the Paralympic Games bronze medalist from Chile. There is Vladimir Danilenko, Paralympic Games silver medalist. And there is a Paralympic champion from Brazil, Gabriel dos Santos Araujo. Well, all the medalists from that Paralympic Games last year in Paris here in this 200 freestyle. Dos Santos Araujo has dominated this event in recent years. 2 Paralympic titles, 2 world titles for the Brazilian. Abarza has been multi-medalist, a medalist at the last 3 world championships. 2 silvers and a bronze for the Chilean. Lopez Cervantes will be in the outside lane over there in lane number 1. There's no one in 2. So we had a late withdrawal for the swimmer in lane number 2. So Lopez Cervantes will have clear water between him and the others. 4 lengths of the pool on this S2 200 freestyle. Again, it's some of the swimmers with the most severe impairments in the Paralympic programme, all going from the water, with the exception of Gabriel dos Santos Araujo, Paralympic and world champion. He's off to a great start, the Brazilian, a trademark start from him.
Yeah, dos Santos Araujo using that momentum off the block to bring him up in the lead. As so often is the case in the lower classification races, we will see the swimmers who dominate with their arms starting to claw back that early lead. Dos Santos Araujo looking good through 25, but Danilenko, 1 lane closest to us, the neutral para athlete with that bright yellow hat, going very well too, as is Alberto Diaz, 1 lane up from dos Santos Araujo with a double arm backstroke for the Chilean. But as we go into the first turn, it will be dos Santos Araujo goes in just ahead of Danilenko, 56.23 to 56.31. Abarza Diaz, 1 minute point 32.
And it is a freestyle event, of course, Les. You see dos Santos Araujo almost doing a butterfly kick in the early stages. Danilenko and Abarza both on backstroke. Bruno de Silva on his front there with that 1-arm freestyle as well. So a range of strokes to suit the impairments of the swimmers here.
Yes, you can at the end of each length change strokes. We sometimes see that from dos Santos Araujo. Sometimes he'll do 50 on his back in the middle of this race. I think it depends how he's feeling on the day. As we see now, he's not having it all his own way here. The championship record holder, that championship record back from Funchal, Madeira, 3:59.06. Danilenko looking good in this first 100 meters.
Yeah, Danilenko is right on the shoulder of the world and Paralympic champion here. 1:58.00 for dos Santos Araujo, 1:58.19 for Danilenko, and Abarza Diaz in 3rd position then, 2:04.86. The turn took dos Santos Araujo away, and he has flipped onto his back, Liz.
Yeah, he has, and he's opened up a body length lead, as you would expect, because he does get that advantage of the turn. No propulsion for Danilenko off the wall, but once they're up and into their strokes, it is that arm stroke of Danilenko that tends to have the advantage. Dos Santos Araujo now out in front, maintaining that lead off the wall. Abarza for Chile is clear away in the bronze medal position from Bruno Becker de Silva, the 2nd Brazilian in this one, as they go down the 3rd 50. But we focus our attentions on this final turn as the Santos Araujo will come in the lead still. 2:58.96 for him. Danilenko 2.69 seconds back, 3:01.65. And it will be Abarza Diaz that turns onto the final 50 in the bronze medal position.
And Dos Santos Araujo now has gone clear of Danilenko. It was that turn that really took him clear of the neutral para-athlete who's in second position. Danilenko's got a lot of work to do if he's going to get back on terms with the Brazilian. Dos Santos Araujo back on his front now, doing that butterfly stroke, and he looks like he's on his way to take another world title. He won the title in 2022, he won the title in 2023, and he looks like he is going to do the treble here in this 200 freestyle. Danilenko pushed him in the early stages, but this final 50 has taken the Brazilian clear, and he is going to touch the wall in first position to take gold for Brazil in that time of 3:58.45. Well, anything under the 4-minute mark is an excellent swim. Danilenko will be in 4:07.304. Danilenko, he'd be pleased with that time, I'm sure. And Abarza will get Chile on the medal table, 4:16.61 for Alberto Abarza. Another good swim from the Chilean. Becker de Silva from Brazil will come in now in a time of, what's that, 4:27.49, just outside his entry time. As the final swimmers come in these outside lanes. Santillan coming in for Peru in 4:41.50. And the final couple of swimmers in the outside lanes as well, still to complete the distance. There's Lopez Cervantes from Mexico. His entry time was just on the 5-minute mark. We'll see how he can measure it against that time. I think he might just be outside the 5 minutes as he comes into the last 5 meters here. Lopez Cervantes have one final push to the wall in this S2 event. 5:18.17. Final swimmer to complete the distance will be Conrad Hildebrand of Sweden. Comes into last 10 meters or so. Swedish swimmer again has been a regular for the Swedish team at the major championships in recent years. He was a national swimmer prior to his accident, and he's been his second World Championships. He was at the Paralympic Games last year. And Conrad Hildebrand, 5:29 was entry time, 5:53 for the Swede. But there's a celebration. Dos Santos Araujo, well, he was pushed in the early stages, wasn't he? Danilenko caused the Brazilian a little bit of an issue in the early stages.
Yes, Danilenko was a lot closer than Araujo just would have expected at the 100-meter turn, but it was really that third 50 where he turned onto his back where he started to move away, and then that final 50 meters opened up the space to get under that old championship record of his.
It's got to be close to the lifetime best of Danilenko to push the Dos Santos Araujo. That was an excellent 4:07.30, and that's why he was so close.
Yeah, Danilenko looked really, really good in that 100 meters, and he didn't do anything wrong. It was just that Dos Santos Araujo moved away, found another gear in the latter stages of the race.
He is the man who's dominated the event. He was the quality of this S2 200 freestyle. He's lived up to that expectation with another world title. Gabriel dos Santos Araujo takes the title under the 4-minute mark, a championship record for the Brazilian, ahead of Danilenko and Abarza.